Well, hello. Welcome back. It's another edition of Weighted to Win, and obviously we're back at the Vaal. Looking forward to this meeting out at the Vaal. I call it the country track because it's a lovely drive out there, a good 45 minutes from the south of Johannesburg. Just a quick reminder again about that social media strap, which is up on your screen with all the details. All right, race number 1 is the 4 Racing welcomes you maiden plate. It's over 1,400 meters, and it does start today's bipot. And the 15 to 10 favorites over here is Hawkbill, 28 to 10 about the Sean Terry trained Hotter Ruby. I see George Handels at about 5 to 1, and you can write your ticket about the rest of the field. I've got Daryl Marie with me. Daryl, thank you very much for joining us. Great to be with you as always. And we missed Darren Burrows, but he had a wonderful weekend, and he deserves that small time off just to go and enjoy all the profits he's made. I guess that's the luxury of finding winners. You can take 1 or 2 days off just to sit back and relax. Now, tell me, this was Hawkbill. Are we going to recover?
Yeah, are you going to be taking any leave soon, Brandon? Can you afford to take leave?
Well, look, it's it's not the end of the show yet, Daryl. I'm trusting in you to
I want to know,
me.
how much did you have on Hawkbill last time? Because whatever you had on, double it this time round and show a profit. I think you'll win hard held.
Yeah, not a rand. I didn't have a rand on. Obviously, we try not to punt and call because then there's bias involved.
Okay. Well, I really think of the 1,400, he's going to set the record straight. Very unlucky last time out. We don't know how strong that first timer was or how good he is, Brandon. You know, he could be a superstar himself. But I really believe over 1,400, he's going to confirm the form with George Handel, who in my mind is his biggest danger. So for me, 12 from 11. Hotter Ruby, fair form. I think the only thing on his side is the booking of Keegan DeMello from an apprentice. I mean, much stronger handling, but I think he'll come out third best. For me, straight line, 12, 11, 13.
Yep, I do agree. And I mean, it's one of those races where I think many people will be trying to recover with Hawkbill. He finally gets a trip. He's a lovely looking horse, and I think he's going to take a power of beating. Let's hope that we can start off on a good note. Let's go and see what we're doing in terms of selections over here. It's the first leg of the bipots, and Daryl Marie's going to banker number 12, Hawkbill, by banker 6, by 3 and 5, by 1, 3, 4, 7, 8, by 3, 4, 5 and 11, by 1, 2 and 4. So we are quite big on this horse Hawkbill to open up proceedings, and if you are going to take a bipot, you need to be on by 12.35. Alright, so we move along to the first leg of the place accumulator, race number 2, and Emperor's Game is your short price favourite at about 15 to 20. Gavin Larina rides for Johan Janse van Vieren. Number 8 is actually the first timer, Jessiri, I think that's how we say it. That's found a bit of support, 13 to 2. Keegan DeMello rides a stable companion over here for Johan Janse van Vieren. 7 to 1, the 3 Southern Style, and it's 15 to 2 and better bar those. Alright, so I'm going to go to Daryl because I think I already know what he's going to tell us over here with regards to this horse Emperor's Game. Daryl, Emperor's Game, inside track, inexperience last time out. I think that's the only reason she got beat.
Yes, I'm going to say she'll come home lonely, Brandon. There isn't a comment with regards to the stable companion in the front of the book. There is a comment for the first timer from the Special Fat and Fluffy, hoping for a good run. But you know, with the form line being franked, with that one run experience, to be honest, I'll be shocked if she gets beat. I actually think that's a very good price. 7.5 to 10, you said. Yeah, hopefully we can get a few total outcomes going.
Alright, yeah, that's how we pretty much see race number 2. So short and sweet for Daryl Marie. He does like the horse Emperor's Game in a big way. We will try and get comments for the first timer as well from the same yard, being that of Johan Janse van Vieren. And we're going to move along to the selections now. I'm not going to spend time asking Daryl Marie what number 10 means, Fatum Fluffy. We'll leave that for another day. Daryl's bankering number 6 over here, Emperor's Game in the first leg of the PA, by 3 and 5, by 4 and 7, by 3, 4, 5 and 11, by 1, 2 and 4, by 1 and 3, by banker 6, and that's going to cost you 96 Rand. Race number 2 goes off at 10 past 1. All right, we're on to the first leg of the pick six, race number 3, and this is the 4 Racing Thanks and Appreciates Azzy Racing Stable, Fillies and Mares 92 handicap. It's a great initiative from 4 Racing, so well done to the team for that. And I see the Az men have got a runner over here in the form of Rose for Trippy, who's got an outstanding chance. So the market at the moment has your favourite, number 3 Rose for Trippy at 3-1, 4 Mythical Dream at 4-1. It's 9-2 and better bar those. Daryl, what do you like over here? Rose for Trippy, one of those individuals, highly talented horse. I know there's got to be 1 or 2 things go right for Rose for Trippy, but Keegan DeMello would have watched the replays. He'll get the lowdown from the Az men. Is this the one they need to beat at 3-1?
If she jumps on terms, yes. But you know, she's her own worst nightmare because she gets left all the time. And she's on the back foot from the jump. The going is quite fast now. I mean, it's rock hard. So she will need to break on terms and to feature over here. I think that short break, Brandon, 2 months off, could really do her the world of good because she did have a busy campaign. Just freshen her up a bit and could make a winning return. This number 5 interests me, Vivacious Spirit. Now, she was knocked sideways last time out by the stable companion. Just put a line through that. Comeback effort was very good behind Sheila. Interesting to see Gavin take a ride this time around. Sylvana Philly. Let's see how she progresses. Because one has to believe she's going to train on. So 3 if she jumps on terms, 5 her biggest danger. Doesn't stop there though. I mean, you've got the likes of Rosara, Mythical Dream. Who else here, Brandon? Big Eyed Girl, May Queen, all capable on their day, but I'm not here to tip the field.
Yeah, look, it's a very open race. I think Daryl's hit the nail on the head over here. Even though it's like Wings of Nike, I wouldn't completely write that off. Right at the bottom end of the page, 4-year-old Bay filly, JP van der Merwe knows her really well, and I'm really hoping for Shayla Naidu as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and have a look at those selections quickly. It is the first leg of the pick 6. Perhaps you want to give this a full go. We're going to go field the Big F in the first leg by 1, 3, 4, 7, 8, by 3, 4, 5 and 11, by 1, 2 and 4, by 1 and 3, by banker 6, and that's going to cost you 960 Rand. If you want 10%, 96 Rand. More importantly, you need to be on by 13.45. Jackpot 1 starts 9, race number 4, and it's actually a good race. There's a few quality horses that line up over here. 3 Willow's Wish at 7-2, 4 Raffles at 4-1, 1 Street Art at 9-2. Millahu, who won a very good race last time out. It was a top ride by Diego de Gavea on that occasion. 5-1 and 13-2 and better bar those. Daryl, I don't like the look of this race. I mean, Willow's Wish, consistent horse, moved up alongside that nice horse Zuzan as if it was going to go on and win the race. Raffles probably been a bit frustrating to follow, and then Street Art is interesting. This horse has got ability, don't you worry about that. And you can perhaps tell me a bit more about Millahu, who I thought Diego rode a good race on last time.
I thought Millahu won with a lot in hand last time out, but in saying that, the run-up was also very unlucky. Both of them went to make their run, I think 400 meters out. Both found traffic problems. I think they both could be followed with a bit of confidence. Gave me the indication he's going to get the 10 furlongs on his coconut. And I think with 54 kilograms to shoulder, he's going to go very close in following up on that latest victory. At the weights of here, the mare, Peyton's Tears, is best in Brandon. She's best in by, 4 pounds, 2 kilograms. So you can't exactly ignore her chances. The horse that is improving at a rapid rate is number 1, Street Art. Now, have a look. He got a 7.5 kg penalty for running 7th in the Daily News. But he's on the upgrade and he's improving rapidly. Raffles, disappointing to date in that he hasn't won his second career victory yet. I mean, when last was he in the winner's enclosure? 371 days. But Brandon, this was his ultra consistent always right there. Unexposed over this distance. I'm not writing him off. Milieu, my first pick in a very competitive race.
Yeah, it's not an easy race. It's really not an easy race. So there's a few hard hitters over here, and Willow's Wish will run a good race, I'm sure. Miller Who, Peyton's Tears, you've got Street Arts. Not easy. Let's see what we're doing in terms of selections. It is the first jackpot, and Daryl Marie's gone 1 Street Art, 3 Willow's Wish, the 4 Raffles, number 7 Miller Who, and number 8 Peyton's Tears by 3, 4, 5, and 11, by 1, 2, and 4, by 1 and 3, and that's going to cost you 120 Rand. Race number 5 starts off the jackpot 2. Before I touch on the betting, just a reminder about that social media. The strap is up on your screen with all the information that you need. All right, so the market over here has got number 3, Call Me When You Need Me at 15 to 10. Number 5, Samoa 9 to 2. The 4, Insatiable at 5 to 1. And it's 9 to 1 and better bar those. All right, Daryl, Call Me When You Need Me. 15 to 10. Obviously a horse that's got the ability, no doubt. Keegan Damelo's been booked to ride for Stewie Pettigrew. Is this the one you're going to be going with?
There's no doubt she's the improver in the race. She's least exposed. Having her handicap debut. You know, Brandon, I don't know if you've seen this filly. She's got a big frame. So still needs to fill out into it. So strengthen up. Short break could have assisted her in doing that. Yeah. Very keen to see how she goes. Any comment with regards to number 2 over here, Little Miss Moneybags, Brandon?
I had no idea or doubt in the back of my mind that you're perhaps going to want to know that comment. I think look, Daryl, I've made no secret, and the yard's made no secret that she's a filly that can work with anything. She's really a good workhorse. She's been frustrating because she's been pulling so badly out of the gates, and feedback from Rachel last time was she just overdoes it way too early in the race, and they're trying a bit now, interesting, a bit that Rachel's actually told them to try and get their hands on. And the word is that she's working very nicely in this bit, and yeah, if this doesn't work, perhaps they'll have to look elsewhere, because she's got the ability, but she's one of those horses that she's just become frustrating.
Okay. Well, maybe if the viewers want to add her into my perms, I didn't put her in because her last 2 races were very disappointing. But they've done a few changes. Let's hope she can bounce back to her best. Insatiable, put a line through her later start. She had things go wrong at the gate for her. Tony's had a few extra weeks to work on this filly, get to know her better. Just if she gets a clean break, we know she's very quick and the ground has hardened. Samoa, how's this for, an 8-year-old mare in the form of her life? Can never leave her out. Just I looked at this race, and it appears as if the pace is towards the outside. High numbers. Doesn't look like she'll have much to follow down the inside. So she might be caught further back than ideal unless they decide to use her. And then the good old Feather the Nest, number 11, Brandon. This filly in her last, 5 runs, she's been in open company, right? I know she's 2 kilograms under sufferance over here. But if you recall her last start, she was down the inside, and that's never favourable up to Turfentine Straight. The winner and the run-up were hard up on the outside, Tropavalache and coming in hot. So give her another chance, Brandon.
Yeah, look, and perhaps there's a horse that we also need to watch over here is Love Bite. For some reason, this horse is jumping.
Don't watch her go to the start, though. Just watch her.
Yeah, but look, Daryl, can you see her winning? Because I don't know why. For some reason, she's jumping off the page. Like you say, don't watch Love Bite go down to the start. But if the speed is on, which it's naturally going to be with the going on top and it being a 1,000-meter trip, if she's only got 3 or 4 to make up, she could easily turn it on and win.
I'll never rule out. So no, if you're going wider, throw in, yes.
All right, let's see what we're doing in terms of selections over here. Let's put those up on your screen. Jackpot 2 starts now. Race number 5. 3, 4, 5, and 11 for Daryl Marie in the first leg. By 1, 2, and 4. By 1 and 3. By banker 6. 24 Rand the spend, and race 5 goes off at 14.55. The next race will be race number 6, and the market over here has got number 4, Virginia Beach at 2 to 1. I think it's a little bit short for my liking, 2-1. No doubt they've got the ability, but that sort of price, I'm not sure I'll be prepared to dive in 2-1. 1 Letitia's Angel, 3-1. 7 Clean Living, 8-1. 3 There She Goes at 10-1. And it's 14-1 in better bar those. I'm going to go over to Daryl Marie and see if he agrees with me. This was Virginia Beach, been off the track for 107 days. Dennis Shaw's right for Tony Peter. They're in tremendous form at the moment. Daryl, 2-1, but skinny.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how the market's going to trade come race time, to be honest, Brandon. The thing is, I don't know this filly's well-being. She's been off for 3.5 months. How much has she improved over that break? During that break, Brandon. I mean, she is making her handicap debut and the form lines are very strong. I mean, Mrs. Geriatrics came out and won the Phillies Nursery and the Allen Robertson. Who else was there? Ripple Effect come out and won twice since then. Call me when you need me. See how she goes in the previous race. But she is taking on hard knockers. Now, Letitia's Angel appears to be in her place. She's not ahead of the handicapper, whereas the favourite could be. And On Cue's on her way down. She's coming down in the ratings. She'll be doing her best work late, On Cue. I actually give her a money chance of a year. I know her form of 1,000 meters reads extremely well, but all depends on how far she is off the pace going through the 400. She's got the turn of foot and she's having her peak run. So I'm going to actually say that On Cue's the favourite's biggest danger, but respect for Letitia's Angel because she's, what is she, a mare? You'd love to own her because you know you're going to earn a check.
Yeah, look, I think I agree with you. On Cue for me does represent some value in the race. I mean, they were flying in that race with Captain Dizzy. It does look to be a horse that's improving with Bar and Buertis, unbeaten on the high felt. So was unfortunately scratched in its last start. Daryl, quickly before we wrap up the segment, There She Goes. I've been following this horse. We've been following this horse. How's she going to go over here?
You tell me.
Big runner. Big runner.
I'm done with her.
I'm going There She Goes for some each way value over here. Let's put up those selections up on the screen. I know we're running out of time. Daryl Marie's gone with the pick 3. He's gone 1, 2, and 4 by 1 and 3 by Banker 6. So 1, 2, and 4 by 1 and 3 by Banker 6. 6 Rand is the spend. And race number 6 goes off at 25 minutes past 3. All right, good race coming up. Race number 7, a very competitive sprint. And I see Cleaver Green is your favorite at the moment at about 15, 16 to 10. 6 Sheldon, 3-1. 7-1 about Godswood. You're getting 8-1 and better bar those. Let's go to Daryl quickly. Daryl, good race. Cleaver Green, a smashing run last time out. Obviously the horse with all the quality in the race. And yeah, Godswood, I was with Bar and Buertis last time out and he wasn't happy with the ride. He was of the opinion perhaps he should have been a bit closer to the speed. Do you see these two horses fighting it out?
I do. In their camp, Brandon. I think Godswood also caught my eye in his last start. I don't know if you saw the latter stages. He absolutely took off. This horse has turned the corner, Brandon. In his last couple of starts, he's really come back to form. He's in a good space. The stable's having their winners again. I think he's the favourite's biggest danger. You know, on paper, he holds a favourite. The favourite was returning from a year layoff. He's having his peak run now. A set of blinkers go on, which make it very interesting. The type of horse I could see winning with ease over here and then going down to KZN. I don't know, maybe Mark can find him a race over there. But it'll be an interesting race. Numbers 1 and 3 to fight it out.
Yeah, I agree. I think Cleaver Green and Godswood, perhaps they'll have the race to themselves. They're two quality sprinters, and we'll find out what happens over here, and perhaps they might just have their eye on something in Durban a bit later on in the season. All right, let's see what we're doing in terms of selections. I see Daryl Marie loves these tote doubles. He's gone 1 and 3 in race number 7. So the one was Godswood, who's at 7-1, and 3 Cleaver Green, who's at 16 to 10, and he's taking it into Lulu's Boy, number 6, in race number 8. That's going to cost you 2 Rand. Take it a few times. Race 7 goes off at 5-4. The lucky last and probably the most difficult race of the entire afternoon, and well named over here. The 4 Racing thanks and appreciates Clinton Binder Racing, merit rated 68 handicap. It's over 1200 meters. The market at the moment has number 7 Pinda Mzala from the Clinton Binder yard as your 4-1 favorite. Number 5 Ghost Ship at 5-1. Ramchandani Road, also trained by Clinton Binder, number 2 at 8-1, and it's 7-1 and better bar those. Daryl, well, his doubles have suggested that he likes a bit of Lulu's Boy. What price is this? 11-1. Smunga Kumalo gets the ride for Querbus Roo. Tell us why you like this horse today.
Yeah, it looks like Clinton Binder's throwing the kitchen sink. Trying to win his own race of the year. Yeah, I respect his runners, Brandon. I make a case for each and every one of them, and I make a case for the entire field of the year. You know, it's such an open race. I just think I've found some value of here. Personally, I'm not rushing out and putting all my eggs in one basket in that I'm going to have a bet and so forth. But I think you'll get a run for your money. Number 6, Lulu's Boy. Now, last time out on the poly track, I'm willing to excuse it. I mean, he finished too far back. He's better than that. Penultimate start, Brandon behind Dave the King. That was in a plated race. He ran well above his rating on that occasion. I know in a small field you can get results like that. They aren't really true to their ability. But I thought he showed enough on that occasion to suggest that he's more than capable of a 63 rating. The going is very quick. He's a speedy sort. He's going to show pace out the gates. Samanga Kamala is going to be on his bicycle. Something is going to have to go and fetch him inside that final 400. I'm hoping the balance all come under pressure behind him and he hangs on. If you're not in his camp, spend some time on this race, maybe find some other value.
If I can just ask you quickly, Daryl, as we wrap up, this horse Whirly, as well as Written in Stone. I know they're not getting any younger and there's probably not much more improvement over there with these two horses, but can you make a case for these two horses at decent prices?
Absolutely. Brandon, I actually think there's a equipment change for Whirly. If I'm not mistaken, they're putting the blinkers back on. Let me have a yes, blinkers back on. You know, he goes well up this Vaal Straight. He's won 6 races over here. He's also going to be handy, and Marco and Clinton have teamed up with a lot of success in the past. So maybe, just maybe, if you're not willing to bank a Lulu's Boy, add in number 4, Whirly.
Yeah, right. That's how we wrap it up. Watch out for that horse Written in Stone. One of these days you're going to get a big price and he's going to come through with flying colours. Let's see what we're doing in terms of selections for the lucky last. I see Daryl Marie gone each way over here. Lulu's Boy trading at the moment at about 11-1. Smunga Kumalo's been booked to ride for Querbus Roo, and that will be number 6 on the card. Again, a big thank you to all the viewers. A big thank you to Daryl Marie. We'll chat again for our Wednesday meeting. Hope you've had a good one. Good night from all of us here at Weighted to Win.